really love romance, and I love it as an audience member, and I love it in my real life, and I just really believe.
Then came an entirely different angle, the creative clash narrative.
For me, the way I always get into a character is through their wardrobe, when I literally inhabit them.
By some accounts, Blake took an unexpectedly large leadership role in the production of It Ends With Us.
I feel so much more, clothes are very expressive to me. I feel like a different person given whatever.
From rewriting scenes to heavily influencing wardrobe and scheduling, while star input on a movie isn't out of the ordinary.
Journal, as if I was Ryle, and the things that Ryle experienced in his life.
It can stir tension if other creative leaders feel overshadowed.
Put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform, and I used to be very insecure about that.
Could Justin have wanted a more standard approach?
And I had to create, as an example, the trauma that happened to him. I had to recreate that for myself.
Only to be confronted with Blake's strong vision at every turn.
I used to
and I just really believe.
If so, a personality clash might have fueled the rumor mill more than any real romantic drama. Alternatively, perhaps Blake's enthusiastic involvement was simply a hallmark of her dedication. Whatever the truth, the effect was undeniable. The project reportedly began to buckle under the weight of backstage chaos. Some observers pointed out the irony. A film addressing weighty topics like domestic violence, DV, in the story was allegedly plagued by behind-the-scenes emotional turmoil. Fans who'd been eager to see a beloved novel come to life worried that the film's intended emotional core might be lost to all the off-screen confusion. If the co-stars were genuinely entangled in real-life tension, would that enhance the on-screen dynamic or shatter it? As headlines multiplied, so did theories. In one telling, Blake was simply defending herself from a co-star who took method acting too far, invading her privacy and pushing boundaries during intimate scenes. In another, Blake was the one calling the shots, meticulously engineering extra close interactions and rewriting scripts to heighten the sensual tension. In yet another scenario, both were pawns of a Hollywood machine that thrives on gossip, each actor unwittingly fueling rumors by their every public or private action. For Blake, the stakes felt high. She has long been seen as poised and personable, the epitome of a beloved, relatable star who nonetheless has a glamorous aura. Suddenly, she found herself navigating a slew of unflattering narratives. Accusations of controlling behavior, unrequited crushes, and postpartum vulnerability that might have led her astray. For Justin, typically championed for his uplifting messages about empathy and mindfulness, it was an awkward position too. Did he inadvertently send signals that made Blake think there was something more? Or was he the victim of a misinterpretation that spiraled out of control? Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds hovered at the edges of the story. Gossip suggested he tried to quell rumors by making light of the situation, or that he confronted Justin in a more direct way. Depending on which tabloid you believed, with Ryan's own comedic flair and protective stance, fans were left to speculate whether he privately disliked the insinuations about his wife, or simply brushed them off as yet another baseless rumor. Over time, the question of authenticity overshadowed the film itself. Internet sleuths dissected leaked footage or behind-the-scenes snapshots, scrutinizing the co-star's body language for signs of real romantic tension. Some got tired of the back and forth, insisting the drama was overshadowing the serious themes of It Ends With Us. Others only grew more hooked, anticipating a grand revelation that would confirm whether the rumored off-screen chemistry was fact or fiction. Which brings us to the perplexing lack of definitive answers. Neither Blake nor Justin has offered a clear, detailed explanation of what truly happened on set. They've occasionally brushed off rumors in generic interviews, referencing misunderstandings, or the media's penchant for conflating actor with character. Yet neither has taken a firm stand that puts the matter to rest. That ambiguity fuels further speculation. Silence is often read as avoidance, and avoidance can be read as tacit confirmation by a gossip-hungry audience. Of course, in Tinseltown, silence can also be a strategic move to let hype die down, or to avoid giving life to claims that might otherwise fade on their own. If indeed any one-sided crush did exist, the entire situation might serve as a cautionary tale about the fine line between professional intimacy and personal entanglement. Hollywood is famous for blurring those lines, especially when the roles demand deep emotional exposure. For an actor like Blake, who's acknowledged that she infuses a lot of her real self into her roles, it's not hard to imagine how personal feelings could bubble up. For Justin, who invests fully in his craft and aims for realism, there's a risk that method acting could be misread as genuine personal interest. Of course, this could also be a simple case of the rumor mill doing what it does best, weaving a tapestry of half-truths and sensational guesswork based on small, mundane details. A passing remark about workout routines, a script rewrite to refine a love scene, or a casual conversation in a trailer can quickly morph into evidence of a scandal when viewed through the lens of tabloids and social media speculation. Fans, for their part, love a good behind-the-scenes romance, particularly when it involves a known on-set romance magnet like Blake Lively. What stands out is that It Ends With Us itself became a secondary storyline, instead of celebrating the adaptation of a best-selling novel. Much of the discussion revolved around potential real-life sparks overshadowing the film's central messages. Some audiences who were initially excited about a cinematic exploration of complex relationships found themselves engrossed in the actual complexity unfolding in real time. Ultimately, the film's production challenges and rumored meltdown underscore how real life can mirror art, or at least how gossip can reshape a project's public image. In the wake of all this, Blake has mostly returned to her life with Ryan, juggling motherhood, fashion ventures, and new acting roles. Justin has continued his work in philanthropy and content creation, promoting mindful masculinity. One might assume they've put the entire fiasco behind them, yet the internet rarely forgets. Whispered updates still pop up, a fleeting mention in a new interview, a gossip column referencing the unspoken drama on set, a fan theory that reignites old claims. The speculation continues to simmer, proving that once a rumor takes hold in Hollywood, it's hard to extinguish completely. In some sense, the entire saga offers a window into modern celebrity culture. The lines between performance and reality are always in flux, with the public eager to believe that on-screen chemistry must reflect an off-screen bond. Throw in postpartum vulnerabilities, a spouse with a rumored jealous streak, and an actor known for heartfelt roles, and you have all the ingredients for an enduring rumor. Whether there was any truth to it or not, the story has become a staple of internet chatter, part of the permanent record of speculation that accompanies big names in Hollywood. Perhaps the bigger lesson is how easily a film's behind-the-scenes climate can be hijacked by narratives of secret romance and emotional upheaval. In an age of social media, any snippet of private interaction can be magnified beyond proportion. One casual text invitation to rehearse lines becomes evidence of a clandestine relationship. One costume choice gets painted as an attempt at seduction. One cameo by a concerned husband is reinterpreted as a hot-blooded confrontation. It's a reminder that, while Hollywood thrives on illusions, the public thirst for hidden drama is insatiable and not always accurate. Even if new revelations surface, the odds of anyone untangling fact from fiction are slim. So the swirl of did they or didn't they remains part of the film's lore. Fans of the novel and the actors alike are left to interpret fleeting gestures, secondhand accounts, and carefully curated interviews. It's the perfect Hollywood puzzle, open-ended enough that multiple viewpoints can coexist without definitively canceling one another out. As it stands, It Ends With Us will either arrive as a film overshadowed by its own rumor-laden backstory, or surprise everyone with an on-screen rapport untainted by personal drama. In either case, the Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni saga has already solidified its place in pop culture discussions, highlighting the potent mix of star power, romantic speculation, and digital age gossip. The final verdict may never be known. But in the realm of celebrity fascination, that mystery only adds to its allure. After all, nothing captivates the public quite like a story they can finish in their own imagination.